An international group arrives in Joplin to learn about the city's 2011 tornado recovery, and good news for drivers in the 4 states as gas prices continue to fall.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A constitutional amendment added to the Missouri ballot could change the state's voting laws. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. This November, Missourians will vote on a ballot amendment that, if passed, would stipulate only U.S. citizens can vote in Missouri elections. While that is already law, another part of the proposed amendment would prohibit ranked choice voting. KOAM's Samantha Walker spoke with local election officials to learn what ranked choice voting is and why there's a push to ban it.
Ballot Amendment 7 would ban ranked choice voting in Missouri elections if passed. Ranked choice voting is where voters don't just vote for a singular candidate, but can instead rank their choices. Missouri does not currently have ranked choice voting, but the amendment would bar possible future use.
We have a concept of one person, one vote in this country. And on ranked choice voting, you don't have just one vote. You have multiple votes for multiple candidates on multiple issues. So the concept of the one person, one vote is done away with during that process.
Campaign Legal Center, a nonpartisan group that advocates for voter participation, says ranked choice voting gives voters more choice at the ballot box by having all candidates available. But Davis says all of those extra choices can make it more difficult for voters, which is why states like Alaska, who implemented ranked choice voting, are trying to repeal it.
Because you're choosing for multiple people in multiple ranks, multiple orders on the ballot. And as somebody who runs the elections in Jasper County, and we have people that don't even fill out the current ballot correctly, is very scary to think about how convoluted it's going to be.
He says if ranked choice voting was ever implemented in Missouri, it would likely take longer for voters to get official election results.
There was a number about Minnesota that it took them 13 days to certify an election because they had to count and recount, etc. What most people don't understand is somebody has to get 50%. So if we were to have an election in August and nobody got 50%, then we would have to have an election in September. And if nobody got 50%, we would have to have another election. So we could have 4, 5, 6 elections for the same races prior to the November election.
Reporting in Jasper County, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
5 other states have banned ranked choice voting since April of this year. Those states include Oklahoma. On the Missouri ballot, a yes vote would be in support of prohibiting ranked choice voting and multi-winner outcomes in state elections. Pretty nice day out there. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, another good day for us today. A hair warmer than what we saw over the weekend, but still just fantastic. 82 is where we stand in Joplin. 81 in Pittsburgh, pretty much clear skies, a little smoky out there. 81 Neosho, 83 in Grove. Neodesha sitting at 84. Nevada at 81 degrees. Through the evening, we slide back through the 80s, 70s, 60s, back into the 50s. So another comfortable night. But we are going to start to warm things back up as we go through the next couple days. Let's look at your Tuesday. We're going to have plenty of sunshine, but temps, they get into the upper 80s. Once we get into Wednesday, we accelerate upward a little bit more as we get into lower 90s. So it is going to heat up a bit over the next couple days. We're also watching Tropical Storm Francine. We're going to watch to see if we can get a little bit of moisture from her later on this week. So we're going to have all those details coming up in just a bit.
See you soon. A group of international emergency managers arrived in Joplin today to learn some lessons from the city. The group, representing 7 nations, hopes to learn more about Joplin's recovery efforts following the 2011 tornado. One city representative hopes the story of Joplin's recovery is about hope and success.
Proud of the way that our community has rebuilt, and economically we're in a stronger place than ever. And so to tell that story and explain all the steps and all the pieces that have to be in place to be able to make that happen for your community, that's a really compelling story to tell.
Global Ties KC, a nonprofit hosting the group, brought the team down from the Kansas City area yesterday to spend today in Joplin. Parsons police ordered the Parsons Middle School to shelter in place this afternoon after a report of gunfire close to the school. The report says the gunfire was near 28th and Crawford. The shelter in place order was after school had been dismissed this afternoon. No injuries were reported and no children were involved. Authorities say an adult pedestrian was the target. That investigation is ongoing. The Joplin Police Department wants to warn Southwest Missouri bank account holders of a text message scam going around. They warn while some account holders might in fact receive a legitimate fraud alert, alerts could lead to accounts being compromised. They recommend reporting any fraudulent activity to Southwest Missouri Bank and to law enforcement. Head over to KOIMnewsnow.com to see an example of what this text message scam looks like. In case you haven't noticed, the price of gas is dropping in some places considerably. Gas Buddy says it expects gas prices to continue to drop as Americans drive less with the onset of fall and oil prices falling below $70 per barrel. That's the lowest since 2021. According to AAA, the state with the lowest average price for gas in the 4 states is Oklahoma, with $2.80 per gallon being the average. Arkansas comes in next at $2.91. Missouri follows at $2.94, and Kansas at an average of $2.98 per gallon. On average, the national price for gas has dropped almost 60 cents from last year. Area high school softball is in full swing. Brock Baldridge has details from the Neosho versus Seneca game coming up later in sports. But up first, a nonprofit in Columbus, Kansas dreams of helping some children get a good night's sleep.
Would you like sparklers?
A Kansas nonprofit that gives children essentials for a good night's sleep received a grant to help them better serve children in need. KOIM's Melissa Alexis has more.
We have sheets, we have blankets, we have comforters.
A bed and blankets. It's something people may take for granted, but for some, it's not as easily accessible.
A lot of the kids are sleeping on tile, linoleum, very thin carpet, so no support whatsoever.
Dream Big Little One is a nonprofit in Columbus that works with mental health services and schools that notice a student is continuously falling asleep in class. Schools can then get in contact with Dream Big Little One to address the need.
They're going to school, they're trying to focus, they're trying to function, and they're trying to get their good grades, but it's just really hard.
It means a lot to a child because they never forget when someone loves them. And that's what we do.
They provide kids in need with beds, blankets, stuffed animals, and more. But they have faced issues with storage, unstable floors, and creating a secure location for families to load their new mattresses.
And not have to worry about anybody, tripping or falling.
Thanks to the Heartland grant, they'll finally get the upgrade they've been hoping for.
Once we knock this out, get it out of the way, it's going to open up so much space. The kids get very excited. They want to help. They want to unload and load up. So it's always we really have to keep an eye on the kids up front. So if we can utilize the back alley and load and all of that back there, then the kids are going to be in a lot safer atmosphere.
Last month alone, the organization gave out 47 beds to children in need. Reporting in Columbus, Melissa Alexis, KOIM News.
The president of Dream Big Little One says they're always looking for volunteers and donations to continue helping those children in need. A little bit later, the Missouri Southern Lions look to right the ship on their 0-2 season. Brock's going to have that story for us in sports.
Plus, our temperatures are going to warm up a little bit more over the next few days. Details coming up.
Are you tired of footage of downtown Joplin sits atop the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, home of Connect to Culture and Spiva Center for the Arts?
Well, of course, it turned out to be a nice Monday for us today. Temperatures fantastic across the region, and it looks pretty good outside for us right now. Nice shot. Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, Tower Cam. We are looking downtown Joplin. All right, our temperatures, they are going to start to warm back up a little bit more as we go through the next couple days. Still a nice start tomorrow morning. Most of us low to mid 50s. Plenty of sunshine for us on Tuesday. We're going to be near 80 by noon, but most of us 87, 88, 89 degrees during the afternoon. 88 in Carthage, Gravette 85, 87 in Coffeyville, Fort Scott up to about 87 degrees. We cool back down once again as we head into Tuesday night near 60. And then as we go into Wednesday, we are going to get some mid and upper level clouds increasing during the afternoon, but most of us topping out near 90. So yes, it starts to get a little bit hotter over the next few days. 54 in the morning, 80 by noon. High temp 88. Plenty of sunshine for you on your Tuesday. Outside right now, if you're getting out this evening, also looks pretty good. 79 Monette, 82 in Veneta, Neodesha sitting at 84 degrees, a little hazy, a little smoky out there, but southerly winds at about 5 to 10. Visibility is looking pretty good. We slide back through the 70s, 60s into the 50s. Once again, as we get into the overnight hours tonight, we've had some really nice nights across the region. Plus, our humidity is low. You can see 10 to 20%. That's real low for us. So even though we heat up a bit over the next couple days, we don't have to deal with the mugginess or the soupiness that we get a lot of times this time of the year. All right, not much going on here. Clear skies, really clear skies across the entire Central Plains. We could drop south. Here's Miss Frances, tropical storm, should become a hurricane over the next 12 hours or so. Still clocking winds at 65 miles per hour, kind of drifting northwest, but is going to turn and then head toward Louisiana as we go through about the next 24 hours. So it should become a Category 1 hurricane, should make landfall once we get into about the middle of the day on Wednesday as possibly a Category 2 hurricane, clocking winds right around 100 miles per hour. But then we're going to see, where is she going to go? How far west will it push? It looks like the upper level low, or the remnants, will eventually get into southeastern Missouri. We are going to get a lot of clouds, and we're right on the edge of seeing a little bit of rain. So it'd be nice if it drifts northwest just a bit. But let's go into Thursday evening. You can see we're cloudy all day long. Those showers trying to creep in Springfield, Monette, Bella Vista, maybe as far west as Joplin, and then kind of rotates out of here. It would be nice to get a little bit of rain, but it looks like most of it is going to stay just east of the region. So I'm just going to put in a slight chance for a few showers on Thursday and Friday. It will give us clouds and it will cool us down. All right, 88 tomorrow, 91 once we get into Wednesday, cooling down Thursday and Friday, and then we clear out just in time for the weekend. Another fantastic weekend.
Yeah, a bit cooler, looks promising. The prospect, even if it's slim, the possibility of showers, that's good as well.
Yeah,
we need some rain.
Definitely is.
Thanks, Doc. Still ahead, a former Joplin High School football standout is set to make his NFL debut, and Neosho and Seneca square off for an afternoon softball battle. Brock Baldridge has highlights from that game and more.
For Mia, goodbye limits, hello possibilities.
High school softball in Missouri enters its third week of the regular season. Last year's defending COC champion Neosho Wildcats play host to neighborly Seneca this afternoon. Home game for Neosho as the Wildcats host the Seneca Indians on a rare 1 p.m. start time. Gotta love that. In the circle for Neosho is Carly Kennard, and she was impressive once again as she pitches for 5 innings, strikes out 6 batters, and no earned runs on the afternoon for the future UCO Bronco. Bottom of the first now, Becklin Garrett at the plate goes the opposite way, and that ball lands for a base hit. 2 runs coming to score. Wildcats get on the board first. Neosho leads Seneca 2-0. A few batters later, how about the freshman Sadie Leach? She drives one deep into the right field corner. That scores Garrett from third. Leach hustles around the bases and is in there for an RBI triple. Neosho leads 3-0. Later in the game, Neosho trying to add to their lead, but Callie Fields runs this one down. Nice sliding catch. Seneca looking to rally back in this one. We head to the final inning of the ball game. Kaiden Smith fielded this one cleanly, throws out the runner at first. Neosho takes care of business. Wildcats shout Seneca 6-0. Well, more softball action taking place this afternoon. The Webb City Cardinals are hosting the McDonald County Mustangs. At last check, this game is in the 6th inning. Cardinals lead 6-3. We'll have highlights from that game later tonight right here at 10. Well, the Missouri Southern Lions football team hasn't started the season at 0-2 since 2021. Missouri Southern looks to regroup after another tough outing by losing the home opener on Saturday.
Tough loss to a number 3 Pitt State. I was proud of the way our guys started out and we competed. I thought we went toe-to-toe for 3 out of the 4 quarters. That second quarter was really the difference in the ball game. I'm excited that this will be the first time that we have the same starters going into the next week. You know, we added Deontay back, we added Akeem back. So we'll have some continuity going from game 2 to game 3 in terms of our 2 deep.
Well, we've shown that we can compete with anybody in this conference. Like I said, it's just coming down to the small details. Once we eliminate them, it's free game.
Sticking with college football, the American Football Coaches Association releases the latest coaches poll. Pitt State football jumps up 2 spots, is now ranked as the number 4 team in the country. This comes after Pitt State beat number 3 Ferris State and Missouri Southern to start the season. So here is a look at the top 10 in the AFCA coaches poll. The defending national champion Harding Bisons take the top spot. MIAA opponent Central Missouri is at number 2, and of course we have Pitt State at number 4. We have another MIAA team in the rankings as Emporia State cracks the top 25. That comes after this week as the Hornets start the season 2-0. Number 4 Pitt State is scheduled to host number 21 Emporia State this weekend in Pittsburgh. And tonight is the first NFL Monday Night Football game of the year. It is also the first time we will see Joplin native Isaiah Davis suit up to play in his first regular season game for the New York Jets. Kickoff is scheduled for 7:20 p.m. Central. We'll have a score update from that game later tonight at 10. Well, that's your look for sports. We're back with more news after this.
Destroyer named after him in 1943, the USS Walter Scott Brown. We're proud to salute Walter Brown, a 4-state hero.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Joplin police arrest 3 people found with what they say was a, quote, large quantity of fentanyl. Plus, health officials in Missouri report the first human case of bird flu in the state. And as more men are diagnosed with late-stage prostate cancer, we're going to dispel some myths about screening for that disease. Those stories, a lot more, it's all coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Students at Pittsburgh High School get their green thumbs dirty to provide food to the school and community. The Purple Dragons can lay claim to the first standalone hydroponic container farm located on school grounds in all of Kansas. The goal is to spread container farms across the Sunflower State.
Their goal is to have 105 high school container farms, and if you know Kansas, there are 105 counties, so they're wanting to put one of these in every county in Kansas.
We're going to have a lot more on this story for you tonight on KOAM News at 10. The weather looking all right out there, Doug.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. We are going to heat up a bit over the next couple days, but the humidity is not going to be bad. So 88 tomorrow, 91 on Wednesday. Maybe a few random showers, especially on the Missouri side Thursday and Friday, and cooling back down.
Final sports notes.
Yeah, I'm excited to see former Joplin Eagle Isaiah Davis get his first snaps in the NFL. He'll be taking his handoffs from Aaron Rodgers, who missed last year. Remember that? So excited to watch that.
How exciting is that for that young man, for sure.
Very.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.
Closed caption.